What if I told you that the ANC is systematically destroying the very people they claim to protect? That their policies have crippled education, doomed millions to poverty, and left South Africa with one of the worst AIDS crises in the world. But instead of taking responsibility, they do what they always do. They find a scapegoat. Let's start with education, the foundation of any successful nation. South Africa was once home to some of the best schools in Africa, but today, the ANC has turned the system into a global embarrassment. Scene 2. Education Crisis Statistics. South Africa ranks 75th out of 76 countries in a major global education ranking by the OECD. The 2019 Trends in International Mathematics and Science study ranked South Africa at the bottom for math and science proficiency among middle-income countries. A 2021 study by the University of Pretoria found that 81% of grade 4 learners in South Africa cannot read for meaning. The official pass rate for matric in 2023 was 80.1%, but when factoring in dropout rates, only 37% of students who started grade 1 actually passed matric. Scene 3. Education Crisis Graph. The graph shows South Africa's decline in literacy and numeracy compared to other African nations. Scene 4. Education Crisis. Lowering of standards pass rates are artificially boosted. Students now pass with as little as 30 to 40%. Matric exams are watered down, making it easier to pass but harder to succeed in real life. Pupils are being pushed through grades even when they fail, creating a generation of unprepared adults. Scene 5. Education Crisis Conclusion. The results? South Africa ranks among the worst in the world for math, science, and literacy. Instead of investing in better teachers and proper schooling, the ANC chose to dumb down the system. Why? Because an educated population asks questions, and dictators don't like questions. So who suffers the most? The very people the ANC claims to fight for? The black working class. Poor education leads to poverty, unemployment, and a rise in crime. Businesses are now forced to hire foreign workers because South Africans aren't being equipped with the right skills. Scene 2. Employment and economic disaster. South Africa has an official unemployment rate of 32.1% as of 2024. Among youth, it's a staggering 61%. Despite high unemployment, industries struggle to find skilled workers due to the failing education system. Educated South Africans, especially professionals, are leaving the country in record numbers, further weakening the economy. Scene 3. Consequences Conclusion. And while South Africa burns, the ANC leaders live in luxury, sending their own children to private schools overseas. And if you thought education was their only failure, think again. South Africa has one of the highest HIV infection rates in the world. Why? Because the ANC failed to educate, failed to act, and failed to care. Whenever the ANC fails, they don't take responsibility. They look for an enemy. First, it was apartheid. Then it was white monopoly capital. Next, who knows? And now, as South Africa faces total collapse, they will once again look for someone to blame. And who will that be? The Boers, the West, the opposition? Anyone but themselves. This is not a government that cares about its people. This is not leadership. This is corruption, incompetence, and destruction disguised as progress. Education is power. Knowledge is freedom. And the ANC wants you ignorant, weak, and dependent. The real question is, how long will South Africans allow it?